The history of casinos dates back hundreds of years, with the first known gambling houses appearing in Italy in the early 1600s. These early casinos were called ridotti and were private clubs that were used for gambling and other forms of entertainment. Over the next few centuries, casinos spread throughout Europe and eventually made their way to the United States. The first modern casino in the United States was the Flamingo Hotel and Casino, which opened in Las Vegas in 1946. The Flamingo was owned by notorious gangster Bugsy Siegel, and it helped to kickstart the rapid growth of the Las Vegas Strip. In the decades that followed, Las Vegas became the premier destination for gambling, with dozens of new casinos popping up along the Strip. But it wasn't just Las Vegas that saw the growth of casinos. In the 1970s and 1980s, casinos began to appear in other parts of the United States, including Atlantic City and tribal lands. These new casinos brought in billions of dollars in revenue, making them a major economic force in the United States. Today, casinos can be found all around the world, from the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas and Macau to the smaller, more intimate casinos found in cities and towns across the globe. There are even online casinos, which allow players to gamble from the comfort of their own homes. Despite their widespread popularity, casinos have not always been welcomed with open arms. In many places, they have faced legal and moral opposition, with some people arguing that they promote gambling addiction and other forms of social harm. Despite these concerns, casinos have continued to thrive and evolve over the years, adapting to new technologies and changing social attitudes. And as the history of casinos shows, they are likely to remain a major part of the global entertainment industry for many years to come. The relationship between casinos and the mob, also known as organized crime, has a long and complex history. In the early 20th century, the mob played a significant role in the development and operation of casinos in the United States, particularly in Las Vegas. During this time, Las Vegas was a small desert town with few attractions and limited economic opportunities. However, the mob saw the potential for making money through gambling and decided to invest in the construction of casinos in the area. The first modern casino in Las Vegas, called the El Rancho Vegas, was built in 1941. This was followed by the opening of the Flamingo in 1946, which was owned and operated by infamous mobster Benjamin Bugsy Siegel. The success of these early casinos helped to establish Las Vegas as a major gambling destination, and more casinos began to pop up in the city. The mob played a significant role in financing and operating these casinos, and they often used their influence and connections to protect their interests and maintain control of the industry. However, the relationship between casinos and the mob began to change in the 1960s, with the passing of stricter gambling laws and increased government regulation. As a result, the mob's influence in the casino industry began to wane, and they were eventually pushed out of the industry altogether. Today, casinos in the United States are heavily regulated and monitored by the government, and the involvement of organized crime in the industry is largely a thing of the past. However, the legacy of the mob's involvement in the casino industry lives on, and it remains a fascinating and intriguing part of the history of gambling in the United States.